You're watching the SEC on ESPN. It is a chilly night outside the Hearn Center in Columbia, Missouri, where we have a second straight night of a top 10 matchup. Things are going to heat up here inside as Kentucky hopes to stay undefeated and defeat Missouri for a second straight night. Once again, good evening, everyone. Sam Gore along with Jennifer Hoffman. Our second straight night of watching these two top 10 teams play. And it is Kentucky who has remained undefeated, along with A&M, Florida, and Arkansas. Missouri suffering its first loss last night, but Missouri could have been up 2-0 in that match, Jennifer.
And Missouri kept a tight service pressure behind the line in that first set, but ultimately they had no answer for Ali Stumbler and Avery Skinner for Kentucky, both who combined for 42 of their team's 62 total kills, and also hitting at high efficiency. So we knew that it was going to be a dominating night at the pins for both of these teams, but it was the ability for Kentucky to shut down Missouri on the blocking end, out-blocking Missouri 13-4 on the mat. So look for some adjustments early in this match tonight.
There were some massive numbers last night. Skinner tied her career high with 21 kills. DeBerg and Stumbler actually had double-doubles with kills and digs. So Jen, what are your keys to the match, especially for Missouri tonight?
For Missouri, we need to make sure that they control the intangibles. And what I mean by that is a lot of the body language. Again, we're going to see a lot of pin hitters make some big attacks, but we're going to make sure that they need to attack the block and do it on the defensive end. So for Kentucky, it's all about passing. They really were hitting at a high efficiency as a team, but it was capitalized by the block for Kentucky, which is out for Missouri.
It was a heartbreaking night for Missouri last night. Current SEC Defensive Player of the Week, Tiana Omazic, was injured in the first set. We can confirm it is a torn ACL. She is going to miss the remainder of the season, and still remains to be seen whether she'll come back next year for a fifth year. We're underway in this 3 out of 5 set match. Kentucky won the match last night 3-1 over Missouri, and it is Missouri winning the opening rally. Missouri had a good start to the match last night. In fact, as I just mentioned, they actually could have been up 2-0. They had set points in the second set after winning the first. Fuentes, one of the top 2 setters in the SEC. The other one's on the other side of the net. And Madison Lilly. That is hammered out of the middle. And a look at Craig Skinner in his 16th season. He's had 9 straight 20-win seasons here and has taken this program to 15 straight NCAA tournaments. He is one of the top coaches in the country, and he has Kentucky ranked number 3 in the nation at the moment. That kill was by Teeler, by the way, for Kentucky. A little out of system is Kentucky. A double contact called on number 15, Teeler. There's Joshua Taylor in his first full season as the official head coach. Last year he was interim coach, had that label removed. He's assisted by his wife, Molly, and along with Russell Corbelli and former All-American Alyssa Munlin here. They took over from Wayne and Susan Krecklow, who were here for so many years and really put this Missouri volleyball program on the map. And there's a look at the distant coaching staff along with Omazic. That is a fantastic foursome too in terms of volleyball ability.
Very high volleyball IQ for sure.
Down the line, that is perfect. And another kill by Teeler.
And we saw a lot of that last night. Teeler does an exceptional job of finding the hands of the blocker. She sees that the block from Missouri is way too far in. Sauer needing to still make that adjustment on the block to cover line.
Missouri. Here's a look at Sauer. Obviously Missouri in the pink jerseys and Sauer's hair matching the jersey tonight. It's in honor of breast cancer awareness. Sauer, sophomore from Ankeny, Iowa. Missouri did a very good job serving early last night. Teeler has been unstoppable for Kentucky. She's got all 3 kills so far.
Again, a good swing by Teeler on the right side, exposing the gaps in the block for Missouri. Sauer is going to have a hard time if she doesn't make those adjustments quick.
Ace by Teeler as well. She's come out red hot. She had an ace last night. Teeler, a biology major who was a member of the women's collegiate national team last summer. She and Allie Stumler, her teammate at Kentucky, were on that U.S. national collegiate team. Back row attack, perfect by Stumler.
And that was just a good out-of-system play by Kentucky. Again, a nice balanced attack, especially if you have a hitter like Allie Stumler in the back. Madison Lilly having an outlet out of big.
Kentucky has retaken the momentum here. 2 aces from Teeler in this serving run.
And Teeler is doing a good job of serving that gap between Sauer and DeBerg, trying to find a way to have who's going to pass that ball.
The Missouri block is absolutely solid that time. That was number 8 in pink, Claudia Dillon, who is playing in place of Omazic. So it's an opportunity for the sophomore to step up.
And Madison Lilly having 2 options. She goes with the hot hand, just dropped that set in a little bit too far for Teeler to make that adjustment.
Dillon, a 3-sport star in high school, a volleyball player, basketball player, and won the state championship in badminton, singles and doubles. Off the slide, Dillon denied. DeBerg had 50 swings last night. We'll see how strong she is. There's a kill by Skinner on the left side, her first kill of the match. Skinner had such a fantastic match last night, tied her career high with 21 kills.
And she's starting right where she left off in the last match, really going high hand. She's touching 10-6, so she sees well over the block, and her vision of the court is phenomenal.
Getzinger, one of those talented freshmen that we have not mentioned yet, that this is the #1 rated recruiting class in the country playing at Kentucky here to start this season. Getzinger in the middle. She's 6'4". Rutherford, another freshman lefty on that right side, number 10 in black.
And I like what Kentucky is doing. Madison Lilly doing a good job of kind of going away from the star power of Avery Skinner and Allie Stumler, only using them as outlet passes, making sure that they're getting other players involved early in the offense.
How about this serving by Kentucky here early? Lilly gets an ace, and already 3 service aces from Kentucky. And Kentucky has doubled up the score here. Hoffman's house. Love the decorations there, Jen.
Thank you, thank you. My kids know how to carve a pumpkin.
It's pretty. Here in the Hearn Center, Kentucky got off to a slow start last night and have responded to this point. Getzinger denied there. Missouri sides out after the timeout. Kentucky had doubled up the score 10-5. Lecator, Member Monet back to serve.
And Member Monet just really adds another dynamic to the Missouri offense because she's not playing front row, really being implemented in the rotation as a defensive specialist. But her ability to jump high and make sure that she's ripping those balls out of pipe can only bode well for an outlet for Missouri.
Dillon picks up her 2nd kill of the match. Member Monet, 7th in the SEC in aces last season. She's got a 38-inch vertical leap and only 5'8". Nice dig by the only freshman for Missouri, Emily Brown. She's in the different colored jersey as the libero. Rutherford on the attack. A tip from DeBerg, her first kill.
And beautiful court vision by DeBerg. She sees that Madison Lilly was way too far back to be able to retrieve that tip. Just a nice off speed right over the block.
Again, DeBerg last night was just on fire. It's a hammer. As Getzinger has made an impression here in the opening set.
And Getzinger implementing that first tempo into Kentucky offense. Last match, she only had 6 kills, but we're gonna see that established early in the match for Kentucky.
Both teams hitting an identical 267 to start. And Lekator Member-Monet able to get the kill off that swing, which hit the net.
And that's exactly what I was talking about in the Missouri offense. She's a good player to have in the back row because she's very dynamic, but she sees the court well.
She is the vocal leader out on the court as well. Missouri's climbed to within 2 here in the first set. Just the second full week of volleyball in the SEC. They were the last of the Power 5 schools or conferences to start. And Fuentes tried to dump it over, but the point goes to Kentucky. Now, Fuentes came out for a little bit last night, Jen. She still finished with a lot of assists, 48, but she did not play the whole match.
And I still believe that she is one of the most underrated setters in Division I volleyball, really taking it to and leading this Missouri squad.
DeBerg with another kill. Fuentes and Madison Lilly are the top 2 setters in the SEC in terms of assists per set. That's what they did last night, but again, Fuentes came out for a little while and was replaced in the lineup by Jaden Newsom. May have a challenge here. In fact, Missouri played everyone on the roster last night. That was a good move by Joshua Taylor and staff to give everyone a little playing time so they'd be fresher tonight. Kentucky has so much depth. It's a nice luxury that Craig Skinner says he has this year. Look at all the players on the bench, and they can all play.
And the challenge is whether the ball was in or out in the last rally. So they're coming off of the hands of DeBerg, hitting that deep corner. And the line judge even called it in. Let's take another look here.
It's right in front of the Kentucky bench, and from that angle it looks good. Any part of the ball that touches, and the call stands. So DeBerg gets credit for the kill, and Missouri back to within 2. Fuentes ready to serve from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Fuentes, the SEC freshman of the week several times earlier in her career. Now one of the premier setters in her junior year. DeBerg's heating up.
And that was very good transition offense by Missouri. They've gotten a lot of good touches on the block, slowing down the ball, which allows for them to make sure that all of the hitters are involved. But we knew that ball was going to Kylie DeBerg.
Side out Kentucky. That is a look at Stumler, who last night had 21 kills, 13 digs. She hit 390. Third team All-American last year. DeBerg pass, got it back. And that goes wide, point to Missouri. Now That was Taylor on the attack. DeBert back to
and we saw last night, I was going to say, when DeBert goes back to that service line, she had a solid service run for Missouri.
Oh, what a dig in that back row by Stumler. Correction, that was in the back row, Tharp that dug it out, but Sauer eventually gets the kill, and we're tied at 13.
How about that teardrop? Did you see that dig come from Lauren Tharp for Kentucky? Sauer has been doing a good job of recognizing the block in front of her and making sure that she's hitting around it, being a very smart player in this match so far.
That was Stumler tooling the block and giving Kentucky the 1-point advantage again. The first two sets last night were so tight. First set was won by Missouri by 2, and then we went deep into the second set for Kentucky to win that after Missouri had set point. Skinner hits it straight down into the net, point Missouri. These are the top 2 teams in the SEC in kills. And Skinner is second in the conference in kills per set behind Taylor Bannister of LSU.
Now look for the service ball to go right between Gabby Curry and Avery Skinner. They're really trying to make Skinner pass to pull her out of the option for the offense.
Brown chased it. Skinner hits into the block, and then a hitting error on the setter, Madison Lilly. Point Missouri, and Missouri has the lead.
And this is what Coach Taylor was talking about. He wants his team to remain disciplined. They're really doing a nice job, again, getting solid block touches, making sure they're running their transition offense.
Remember, Kentucky led 10-5 at one point in this set. And an attack on the right side is very successful for Anna Dixon, who came here from Kansas State, all Big 12 rookie team last season.
And Anna Dixon was very impressed that she does a really good job of making sure she's hitting high hands off of a single right into the middle of the hole of the block. Florida and Missouri in the mix, with Missouri picked to finish third in the SEC.
Kentucky, Florida, Missouri, they're also the top 3 ranked teams. 15 teams are currently ranked, whereas, of course, typically we have 25, but Kentucky's ranked number 3 in the nation. Florida's number 4, and Missouri number 9 this week. The new poll comes out every Wednesday, and whereas the ACC and Big 12 will be wrapping up their volleyball seasons pretty soon. The SEC is just getting started. This is week number 2. Side out, Kentucky, right out of the timeout. Skinner gets the kill.
Off of the pass by Ali Stumler, they're really aiming for the heavy hitters, making sure they're passing every ball, touching as many as possible.
Skinner now with 2 kills. Taylor and Stumler have 3, and Missouri sides out right away. Taylor will rotate out. Missouri is hanging tough again as Williamson gets ready to serve. She had 2 aces last night. She was part of that tremendous serving evening for Missouri. Straight down the line. That is perfect by Getzinger.
And Getzinger does a good job of running that first tempo behind the setter. She's really good off of 1 foot, seeing the entire court going off the left hands of Sauer for Missouri.
Getzinger was a high jump champion in high school. Overpass defended by DeBerg. Skinner couldn't put it away. And a diving dig. But Missouri just relentless.
And that's something that Missouri doesn't run in the offense very frequently. You see that Fuentes takes that ball over on the second as she has Claudia Dillon running behind. So spreading that block for Kentucky, that was a great decision by Fuentes.
Coach Taylor wants to see her more aggressive. He said she was taught the game as a setter, and in Puerto Rico where she was taught the game, it's the setter's job to pass, not score. But here at Division I volleyball, it's such a luxury to have an aggressive setter that can score you some points. And she's learning from one of the best in the history of the league, Molly, at the time, Krecklow, now Molly Taylor. She's a national team winner and first team All-American. DeBerg, too much power, and Missouri up by 4. We're going to 25, win by 2 here in this first set. Missouri has the advantage.
And you see that ball shot out. Coach Taylor said if Fuentes gets her hands on the ball in the proper positioning, they're going to set it go to DeBerg right out to the pin. Great distribution by Fuentes to DeBerg.
Well, again, they're wearing the pink jerseys tonight, number 8 there in pink, significant. That is Claudia Dillon. Her mother is a breast cancer survivor, and she's actually here tonight, Kelly. And the thing that just touched me so much about her survival is just how her family rallied around her. Her dad there, Claudia's dad, gives her a rose every year that she's been cancer-free. And this year, she's up to a dozen roses. In fact, the Missouri Tiger came out before the match and presented her with a dozen roses as well. But I can barely talk about it without crying. It's such a moving story, really a nice feature on Twitter that the Missouri volleyball team put out about her survival story. There it is. That was before the...
Beautiful story and a beautiful family as you see Dillon. She's getting a glance at the scoreboard, almost to tears, but she understands.
Well, Dillon has been tapped to fill in for Omazic, who was the SEC Defensive Player of the Week and preseason All-Conference player that tore her ACL last night. And Dillon's off to a good start, a kill and a block already. There's Omazic. It was such a heartbreaking moment last night to see her go down and in so much pain. She does have the option of coming back next year, but obviously still getting used to what she's dealing with. Missouri's responded wonderfully to the good Kentucky start.
How about this defensive matchup right now? You see a lot of balls ping-ponging over, but again, everybody's staying on their toes.
And it's DeBerg who ends up winning the point for Missouri.
And I think that is the most excited that I have seen Kylie DeBerg. She earned that kill right now, taking 14 attacks, hitting that up 188.
You have to love the way Missouri has responded tonight after that heartbreaking loss last night to Kentucky. Joshua Taylor said he felt like the match was decided in that marathon second set, which went 35-33 to Kentucky. After that, that really seemed to break Mizzou's spirit, but they have come back tonight determined.
And again, it's all about discipline. It's very hard to play the same team on back-to-back nights without making the proper adjustments. And you're seeing that they're really still staying consistent in their service pressure, making sure, again, as you see Avery Skinner going out, that was one of the adjustments that Craig Skinner made, was removing her from the back row to get some more of that serve receive opportunity for Kentucky.
Missouri's won 9 of the last 12 points to frustrate Kentucky, and Missouri all of a sudden is sitting 3 points away from claiming this first set. This is Dariana Hollingsworth-Santana, the redshirt, or the senior from San Juan, Puerto Rico. And the 3 players from the island of Puerto Rico here on the Missouri squad, and too much power unleashed by Stubler. Santana Hollingsworth and Claudia Dillon, who we talked about earlier, have their own cooking show called C&D Cooking Show. Picked up a few tips watching, prepping for this match. DeBerg with a hammer. And Missouri getting closer and closer to winning the set.
And again, right through the block of Rutherford and Taylor. Both of them reaching high instead of pressing over, trying to stop that ball coming from DeBerg.
DeBerg 6 kills on 17 swings, 50 swings last night for DeBerg. I wondered how much stamina she'd have tonight. And there's the Missouri block, which was lacking last night. Kentucky outblocked Missouri 13-4, but DeCruz's block gives Missouri set point.
And you really like the fact that DeCruz moved so effortlessly in her lateral movement. She really got to close that block with Anna Dixon, making sure that all she had to do was press over.
Waiting for the call. It's going to be Kentucky's point. And it may be Missouri's point. Let's see. There's a confusion about what the call is, as both officials seem to conflict with each other. It's a big point. If it's Missouri's, the set's over.
And I'm unsure if the ball was called out because it touched the antenna or it was outside of the antenna. And that's what the officials are discussing. It looks like they've got it under control, though.
It is Kentucky's point, but set point remains for Missouri.
As you see the replay here, Anna Dixon clipped the antenna.
Yeah, good pick up there, Jim. Still set point Missouri, though. And you know they're going to go to that outside as the kill is delivered by Dixon to secure the opening set. Season as the official head coach here at Missouri after replacing Wayne Krecklow, but it's a similar story because Wayne and Susan Krecklow ran this program, and now Joshua and his wife Molly have taken over for the Krecklows. Wayne and Susan guided this program for 19 years, won over 400 matches, went to 15 NCAA tournaments. There's a look at Molly when she played in the white jersey there in front. She is the nephew of Wayne and Susan, as I mentioned. Joshua Taylor, he played at Pepperdine under the legendary Marv Dunphy. And it was Wayne and Susan announcing their retirement last year, but after they had brought on Josh and Molly into the program a couple of years earlier. So it was a smooth transition from one generation of Krecklows to the other, as Molly and Josh have taken over and really not missed a beat. It's refreshing to see. Molly was an All-American here and was on our national team. Josh also was on the national team as an All-American at Pepperdine, but they're assisted by Russell Corbelli, who's the son of the legendary A&M coach Laurie Corbelli. And Alyssa Munlin is the graduate assistant. She was an incredible player here as well. Alyssa Munlin was a four-time All-American.
And one of the biggest things when we talked with Coach Taylor, he said that the unbelievable work ethic of the Missouri program is really what is propelling him to make sure that he's understanding his responsibilities and just really gracious for the opportunity to coach such a team.
It's got to be pretty intimidating if you're a player, because I think the coaching staff could take a few sets off the players. I mean, they just go out and show you what they can do.
And that's one of the beauties of coaching such a beautiful sport, is making sure that you're not just telling these players, you can actually have the ability to show them how to do it. And it only brings about a beautiful culture in the program.
Missouri ranked number 9 in the nation. They went to the NCAA tournament last year, won a round, then lost to Nebraska. DeBerg ready to serve. Missouri just won the opening set in this 3 out of 5 set match. Kentucky dropped the first set last night, however, and came back to win in 4. There's Taylor with the kill and the side out. And look back at this first set, Jennifer, anything stand out to you?
What really jumps out to me is we see that DeBerg and Stumler, they received their kills, but Taylor went off in the first couple of points and she got a little bit quiet towards the end of that set. So getting her back as an offensive threat is only going to bode well for Kentucky. For Missouri, they really need to get more of their middles involved. DeCruz didn't have any kills at all, and Dillon only had 1 kill off of 2 swings. So making sure that the middles for Missouri are a little bit more involved in the offense, setting up first tempo to help relieve some pressure from DeBerg.
I think this is the first match that DeCruz has had her actual jersey number on. She's been wearing 18 as they waited for her number 10 jersey to come in. It's here, and in the meantime, Kentucky goes up 4-1. There's DeCruz, who had been wearing number 18. She's a 6'3" redshirt junior from Atlanta. She actually started her collegiate career at UAB. She's one of 3 transfers this year for Missouri. She's a real leader at UAB. Sauer gets the touch, and so Missouri gets the point. Sauer did not play much last year, but has really impressed the coaches this season with what she returned to campus with, the improvement in the work ethic. She's expected to play a big role this year. Service error, point to Kentucky. It's the only freshman on the Missouri squad. Emily Brown.
And that's something that really started to plague Missouri was the service line. They started so well in that set, and you see them putting on the pressure towards Allie Stumler and Avery Skinner for the serve receive.
That is just long. Stumler in the back row attack. A little too much behind that attack. And Stumler with 6 kills, 2 errors on 15 swings. I bet she'd be a good beach player. She's from Floyd's Knox, Indiana. Plays 6 rotations. In fact, I think that's one of the most unique things about this Kentucky team, Jennifer, is that they have 4 6-rotation players.
And that just provides some consistency in the offense. You've got Avery Skinner, again, who's able to play 6 rows. Allie Stumler is always playing 6 rows. So you have 5 players with an attacking ability on the court at all times. It is only setting up your offense to be very quick and very effective.
Coach Skinner loves this team's depth. There's an ace fired by Stumler. He has been very impressed with his team so far, even though it's early. Called him serious, passionate, and composed. And Stumler with a knockdown on that serve. And she'll have one more.
And I think the floor is a little bit slippery. Williamson, you see, taken out on that last serve receive ball between her and Emily Brown.
Well, we certainly saw Omazic get injured last night here, tearing her ACL. She was on the front row, though. Will be out for the season. That's a huge loss for Missouri, but testament to Dillon. She stepped in. Credit to Skinner on that kill. So Kentucky, remember they led 10-5 to start the first set. In a top 10 women's volleyball matchup. Kentucky ranked number 3 in the nation, Missouri number 9, but it is Missouri up a set here in Columbia, and Kentucky leading here in the second. Good up there by Brown. Good defense by Kentucky. That was Stumler that kept it alive.
Madison Lilly putting that ball a little bit too far behind Avery Skinner, but she takes a rip at that one.
Skinner is getting heated up. That's her 4th kill, 2 in a row for Skinner. She had the kill going into the timeout.
and getting a lot of attack attempts, but not really putting the ball on the floor, as you can see her getting past the left arm of Dylan.
Ace. And the good serving continues for Kentucky.
And that is definitely a strategy for Kentucky, making sure that they're serving that seam between Emily Brown, who is in middle back, and Erin Williamson. Erin Williamson having hurt herself. As you see now, they're pulling her out of serve receive, pulling DeBerg in.
This is Scheitzach, who served, had the ace in the service there. Junior from Orlando, Florida. Missed most of last year with a broken finger. Actually had to have it surgically repaired. But she's working her way back into the lineup. Good serving by Scheitzach. She got an ace last night as well. Remember, Monet, a kill, 4 digs. Looking for that first ace of the match. She's one of their better servers as well. A quick set, and even quicker finish in the middle.
Great heads-up play by Madison Lilly, understanding how far in Kylie DeBerg was, making sure she caught her off guard. Kylie DeBerg moving towards the outside, wanting to triple block on Avery Skinner. Madison Lilly caught her sleeping.
Yeah, Lilly leads the SEC in assists. And Dillon hammers it right at Gabby Curry.
And I think that is something that is really missing from this Missouri's offense, just getting the middles involved a little bit sooner to make sure that you take away the pressure and the offensive load from Kylie DeBerg. Because we know she's going to go off and get her kills and do a phenomenal job on the left side, but getting the middles involved just spreads your offense.
DeBerg with 18 swings so far. She had 50 last night. Getzinger couldn't get it to go down. There's DeBerg again, this time another kill for DeBerg, and she is now leading the match with 7 kills.
And really a quiet 7 kills, hitting 263. Getting 5 digs as well, so good stat line. Good, nice, solid, consistent match for DeBerg so far.
She hit 260 last night en route to those 22 kills. Nice swing by Getzinger, the freshman chemistry major from Blue Mounds, Wisconsin. Part of that #1 rated recruiting class that Craig Skinner brought to Lexington this year. So her other classmate behind her, 10 in black, Rutherford.
The freshman class for Kentucky just really doing a phenomenal job learning the offense. They've had time during the offseason with the longer stint of absence of volleyball. So heading into this short season in the fall, the freshmen have had their time to figure out the offense for Kentucky, and they're doing well.
Remember, Monet is so dynamic out of that back row with that 38-inch vertical. She gets the kill for Missouri. She's from St. Louis, very close to 1,000 kills for her career. Getzinger denied. Stumler, good dig by Member Monet. Kill, Kentucky. Rutherford.
Rutherford just with a heads-up play, that first contact touch from Allie Stumler, kind of setting her up out of the middle, making sure that remaining aggressive at all times.
Rutherford individually was a top 10 recruit coming out of high school last year, an All-American. And there is Anna Dixon with the kill for Missouri. Again, this is the top-ranked freshman class in the country by most sources that rate those sorts of things. Skinner's as high as #2 individually. Rutherford was the other top 10 recruit. But they have made an immediate impact. That's been what's so impressive about them to me. You touched on that, Jim. Dixon again.
And Dixon is a player that you want to see heat up for Missouri. 5 kills on the match, 0 errors, 9 attempts. Fuentes really doing a good job noticing that Taylor was headed towards the left pin to help block and leaving Dixon with a single block.
Both setters have 18 assists. There's A little more offense again by Dixon. She didn't need the set that time, the overpass.
But it's really just the breakdown in passing. You see Kylie DeBerg doing her job behind the service line, but the breakdown in passing for Kentucky is really what's killing them so far in this set.
Well, your key to the match for Kentucky was pass, pass, pass.
And Gabby Curry really needs to wrap her head around being the primary.
WWE. Good serve. Ace DeBerg.
And that was the first ace of the match for Missouri. Very surprising, but Kylie DeBerg again continuously putting that pressure, causing Rutherford to pass that ball. Just constant pressure. They need to figure it out. Kentucky on the pass.
This is starting to look a lot like the first set. Kentucky had the big lead early and Missouri caught up. Kentucky won the match last night with these two 3-1. They split the first two sets last night.
Beautiful touch on the block by Anna Dixon to make sure that her team has a fighting chance to run transition offense.
Curry had a beautiful pancake to keep that rally alive, and Kentucky finally responds. That's Teeler in the middle getting the kill, but it was all because of Curry.
And that was a good decision. You see Gabby Curry get up that ball, but good decision by Madison Lilly to go with the first tempo and setting Teeler out of the middle.
Curry is one of the premier liberos in the country. She's also going to get her MBA. She will have completed her undergrad and MBA in under 4 years. She has a job offer already to sell medical devices for a company called Boston Scientific. So future looking bright for Gabby Curry. Point to Missouri, the double contact called against Kentucky.
And this is how you get a pancake up. You see her place her hands at the right timing. It's all about timing, especially when you're pushing off, moving back from left back and trying to move up for those tips. So good job by Gabby Curry on the defensive end.
Stumler tools the block. Point Kentucky. Stumler actually leading Kentucky with kills tonight. That's her 8th. Had a double-double last night on kills and digs. Sauer sides out for the Tigers.
Nice placement by Sauer of going nice high, thumb down to hit that sharp cross. Avery Skinner was not prepared for that angle by Sauer.
Give Fuentes her 20th assist on that kill. And Missouri's within 2. Kentucky trying to give us a little deja vu and win the second set like they did last night after dropping the first. Skinner misfiring on that attack, and Missouri's within 1.
And you're going to see Madison Lilly go to the competition for Avery Skinner against Fuentes. Shorter block, so look to Avery to get a lot of swings on the left side because of the disadvantage.
Good. Yeah, the scary thing for Missouri is Skinner really hasn't heated up yet.
Yeah, only her 5th kill on the match so far.
She is one of those type of players that we've learned here just in the first 2 weeks of the season can take over a match. She didn't get a lot of opportunity because she was playing behind Leah Edmond prior to this year, one of the all-time greats in Kentucky volleyball, if not the all-time great. Number 11 in black, Getzinger with the kill. Was also a track champ in high school in the high jump. You can see a little bit of that there. Sauer blocked. She's got to go over. And Sauer again, perfectly placed.
And that was a good job by Sauer getting that ball out of system. Williamson could have definitely made a better pass on a free ball going over, but Sauer aiming deep into the corner. It's hard to defend.
Sauer rotates out, her kill number matching her jersey number. Talking to Anna Dixon there on the sideline.
Again, the passing has been an Achilles heel for Kentucky really in this second set.
DeBerg hammers it right at Curry.
And that's really just nothing new. Again, a good pass hitting right between the seam of the block. Madison Lilly fading away. Getzinger not being able to close that block for Kentucky.
You gotta love Curry's reaction though. She was so mad she didn't get that dig. Skinner sides out for the Wildcats. Skinner and her younger sister, Maddie, now on the team together. Maddie, part of that talented recruiting class Craig Skinner brought in. And there's Maddie on the sideline as she touches almost 10-10. So I'm sure she has a very bright future when some of these players ahead of her finish.
Now that's impressive. Very impressive. You see Dylan going. Yeah, the touching 10-10, but also Dylan on that slide going behind. Very quick tempo, good finish. But touching 10-10, that's remarkable.
Yeah, that's the younger Skinner actually jumps a little higher than her older sister. Avery only touches almost 10-7. She needs to work on that. Quick set, quick finish, Getzinger in the middle.
But that really started with a beautiful pass by Allie Stumler. She really was relaxed and poised, getting that ball to Madison Lilly, trying to set the tempo to get it to Teeler.
Getzinger,
excuse me.
Yeah, just a freshman. I love her attitude out on the court. She is a lot of energy, plays a lot of passion. A little off speed. The roll is good by Stumler, showing some high volleyball IQ.
And that was a beautiful decision, that ball coming out of system super high, not really making sure that that was some type of offense being ran there, but good decision by Allie Stumler of taking it right off.
So Stumler now with 9 kills.
Again, you see that ball from Gabby Curry going sky high. And it wasn't necessarily that it was the decision to go off speed by Allie Stumler.
There's going to be a future star in this program. You can just see it in the way she even plays during the warm-up. And Avery, her sister, had to wait her turn because she was playing behind Leah Edmond, and Avery's given her a good example of how to do that, because Avery's already established herself as one of the best in the SEC here in the first 2 weeks of the season.
And that's a testament to Coach Craig Skinner. He really does know how to cultivate the youth. If they're good enough to play, as you can see that they have a stellar freshman player in Getzinger out of the middle coming in, making an immediate impact. But again, a testament to Coach Craig Skinner to cultivate players.
Kentucky trying to tie this match at a set apiece. They're 3 points away as we go to 25, win by 2. Last night's second set was won 35-33 by Kentucky. Service error by Skinner. That was close.
And the second set has been really close, but Anna Dixon on the right side, she was dominating and a driving force for the offense for Missouri. She's been super quiet, only 7 kills on the match so far, so I'm looking to her to get a lot more opportunities on the right side for Missouri.
Stumler wastes no time in putting Kentucky back on the service line, 23-19. Stumler, the only player in double digits with 10 kills. And DeBerg, that was wide open.
Yeah, Kentucky really looking for that push to the left side. Taylor actually does a really good job of getting there, closing that block, but a little bit of an overlap.
Beautiful assist by Fuentes to DeBerg as well. 24 assists now for Fuentes. Good up by Rutherford. And Kentucky now arrives at set point with a chance to tie this match at a set apiece.
And again, you see Anna Dixon getting the opportunities, but sometimes you just gotta go down swinging, take some risks. You see her trying to place the ball a little bit too much on that right side, and she just needs to make sure that she's swinging, getting nice, good transition.
Louisville, Kentucky's Lauren Tharp in to serve. Stumler blocked. And another block. The Missouri block has dramatically improved over last night. That was DeCruz keeping Missouri in this set.
And you're absolutely right, and you want to see more of it. Right now they only have 3 blocks to Kentucky's 2, but a good job of remaining consistent, knowing that Madison Lilly really only had that option as an attacker.
Set point, and the set is ended by the attack by the setter. Madison Lilly ends the set with a setter attack. So for the second straight night, we are tied at a set apiece, but we got there a little quicker tonight than we did last night. 2 top
speeds, shots, making sure that she's just consistently moving, and even upping her defense tonight. She has 7 digs on the match so far. But I really also like what Texas A&M is doing. Mallory Talbert has been doing a phenomenal job out of the middle with Camille O'Connor, really setting her up. So it's good to see that Camille O'Connor has some opportunities to distribute the ball a little bit better for a Texas A&M team who is without Holland Haynes as an offensive threat.
Taylor Bannister, last name on your list. She's leading the SEC in kills, and we've been hearing about Thaler Hall for many years now. She was such a talented junior player. But tonight, so many fantastic individual efforts. Stumler leading them all right now with 10 kills. DeBerg from Missouri, not far behind her with 9. So it's last night, as Joshua Taylor said, after the second set, you felt like Mizzou, that may be just too much for them to endure and come back in, and that's exactly what happened. But I think he is liking where his team is sitting right now after 2 sets, even though they just lost that second.
And both teams are really even in the statistical categories. You see that Kentucky has 2 blocks, Missouri has 3, both hitting at a decent hitting percentage. It's all been about the defense. Again, like I mentioned, Allie Stumler coming out with 7 digs, Avery Skinner having 8. So the defensive end has really been what's been working for Missouri.
Nice pancake dig by Lilly to keep the rally alive. And then Gabby Curry with another. Kentucky players diving all over the place. DeBerg hits the net. It goes out, point to Kentucky. A couple of good defensive plays there, Jen.
And again, you see Gabby Curry flying in with the pancake. And that's something that's actually really hard to do. It takes a lot of timing, preparation to understand when the ball is going to be able to contact the floor. So again, good job by Gabby Curry of remaining steady on defense.
Well, that's the mark of a great player in any sport. They take plays and make them look easy when they're extremely difficult. Curry back to serve. Her dad, Buddy Curry, played at the University of North Carolina, was a linebacker in the NFL. One of her other brothers, football player for Georgia Tech, another Major League Baseball player. Quite the athletic family, the Currys. There's Stumler getting her first kill of this 3rd set.
And you see Stumler moving away from the left pin, getting that ball just dropped inside. Really, Kylie DeBerg was not ready for that, but it almost looks as though a little bit of fatigue is actually setting in because of a hard-fought match from yesterday and moving into this one as well.
DeBerg with the swing. Lilia digs that. Missouri has lost the last 6 matches against Kentucky. They had lost 12 sets in a row against Kentucky until last night. These two teams for real, Jennifer. I expect them both to be factors this spring when we contest the NCAA championship. 48 teams will be in the field this year.
Again, you see Missouri getting a little bit more action on the block as Anna DeCruz is there on both sides of the pin, moving very, very well, transitioning off, closing that block between Anna Dixon and Kylie DeBerg.
DeCruz is 6'3", second tallest player on Missouri's team behind Kylie DeBerg. DeBerg is 6'4". And Stumler denied. She had a lot behind that too.
And I think it is the adjustment that Coach Taylor might have made on the block. Earlier on in this match, we saw that Anna Dixon was really fading out away from Allie Stumler, which was allowing her to hit that seam. But Anna Dixon on the right side is remaining steady and just pressing, getting her feet there.
Dixon with 2 blocks, DeCruz with 4. Stumler finds the opening and the defense doesn't have to worry about the block on that attack. Stumler in range for her second straight double-double here in Columbia. Last night with the 21 kills, 13 digs. Tonight she's got 12 kills, 7 digs. Good hustle
really
by Member Monet.
Allie Stumler leading all hitters with 12 kills.
Right side attack by Ajani Teeler. Teeler, a sophomore from Grand Prairie, Texas. She was a national champion in track and field in high school. Ran the 200-meter, 400-meter, and 4x400 relay. They're focused purely on volleyball now. That's out. Point Missouri. See, DeBerg has 27 swings tonight. She had 50 last night. And again, Teeler warming up as Teeler climbing the kill chart. That's her 6th.
And that was just such a beautifully rapid swing. You see her make beautiful transition, getting all the way. Poor positioning by Sauer on that block. Teeler taking full advantage of that open line.
Teeler has moved around a little bit in Craig Skinner's offense from outside to middle.
She's looking beautiful on the right side, banging those balls, taking advantage of the footwork on the blockers.
The freshman Emily Brown serving. And again, it is Teeler. Unfortunately for Kentucky, she has to rotate out. Scheitzak will come in to serve.
Again, good passing by Lauren Tharp for Kentucky, just setting up that offense for Kentucky. Again, just remaining consistent.
Teeler now with 7 kills. That trails only Stumler. What an impact she's had here in this 3rd set. We're tied at a set apiece. And Dillon on the 2nd effort gets the kill.
Dillon putting her 4th kill on the board, hitting a 667. She's been really active for Fuentes. I'd like to see Anna DeCruz get a little bit more involved in the offense out of the middle as well, just to take some of the pressure off of Kylie DeBerg. DeBerg with 9 kills, but she's not gotten her legs under as much in this match as she did in yesterday's.
Yeah, Dylan's had those 4 kills off just 6 swings, no errors, a little off speed, and a smart shot by Skinner to see the opening in that defense.
Really a nice shoot from Madison Lily out to that pin, just teardropping it right into the middle of the court.
Kentucky up by 2. Kentucky won in 4 last night against Missouri. It was Missouri's first loss of the season. That's long. A couple of times Stumler's come out of that back row and just can't control that attack.
And that could be because it might be a little too low, especially with the momentum that Allie Stumler is carrying her as she elevates, just dropping it a little bit too far inside the 10-foot line.
The interesting thing, Kentucky hit better last night, but Missouri sides out.
And how exciting is that for Fuentes? Again, an undersized front row player. Fuentes getting that block with Dylan closing it.
Service errors have not been as much of a factor tonight as they were last night. Skinner back to serve. I love this position she goes in. You can see that focus. A double contact called against Missouri. That didn't come out clean. One of the rare calls against their talented setter. Fuentes with 25 assists tonight. And this time it's no problem for Getzinger to win that joust.
Nice heads-up play by Getzinger, making sure that she's not just high hands, quick over pressing. That was really the only option for Fuentes to try to take that ball over. Otherwise, she would have been in the net.
Getzinger, no errors. That's why that hitting percentage is up so high. 11 swings. DeBerg, little long, not touched, and come flying under the net was Teeler. Hope she's, or excuse me, Rutherford. I hope she's okay. And Rutherford looks like, well, she's going to have to get helped off the court. Rutherford, one of those talented freshmen, a top 10 recruit from Missouri City, Texas. And hopefully she's going to be okay. She actually ended up under the net on the other side of the court, twisted her ankle. That right ankle rolled over.
I was fortunate enough to not need any of an athletic tape only in my junior year when I had stress fractures in my shin. So I can't even begin to understand how a rolled ankle would ever feel, or even an ACL tear like Omazic has experienced. Super fortunate.
Yeah, gosh. A lot of players tape the ankles just for precautionary reasons. Stumler pushes that out. It was untouched. Point to Missouri. But Craig Skinner has so much depth on this Kentucky team. He's, I'm sure, very upset to lose Rutherford for the moment. But there are places to come in, and Craig Skinner is challenging whether there was a touch on that last play. You get 3 challenges per match.
And I think this would be a good challenge for Coach Skinner. He doesn't want Missouri to gain any type of momentum.
It does look like it touched her.
You see a little pinky get nicked by Fuentes. And Fuentes, if you look at Fuentes' body language, if that call would have went for Missouri, she would have been all smiles. She knew she touched it. So at the end of the day, yes, I agree with you, Sam. But as a player, you want to make sure that you're fighting for every point.
Are you running for office, Jen? That was very non-committal. Attack by DeBerg, and it is an unsuccessful point to Kentucky. These teams both ranked in the nation's top 10. We just saw Baylor win #2 in the nation prior to our match. And Fuentes with the kill.
You know, that was a set-up play by Missouri. You saw that Fuentes was not in a position at all to set anybody on that. You knew that she was going to take that second ball over. But only because Kyla DeBerg seems to be struggling a little bit right now in this second set. Not really getting her legs under her.
Fuentes has attacked 4 times. Stumbler couldn't have walked it over there any better. That was perfect. So Kentucky is going to have this attack challenged by Missouri. And I imagine we're challenging whether Stumbler's attack was in or out.
And the initial call was that the ball was in.
Stumbler is leading the entire match in kills to this point. Let's see if we can tell. Go ahead, Jen.
And we're wondering whether the ball was in or out. But I want more of the focus as that ball was definitely out. To me, Sam. But I want
there you go.
I want you to notice the positioning of Kylie DeBerg, really, again, moving defensively, not even prepared to take that ball, was hoping that it was out. So you got to wonder if fatigue is a factor as we look at the ruling.
Well, you could see the Missouri players immediately holding their fingers up, which is the sign of an out ball in volleyball or tennis. I don't know how that started, but you hold the finger up when it's out in both those sports. So we are about to get the judgment, and it is Missouri's point. So Jennifer was 100% correct. Ball was out.
And DeBerg and Williamson for Missouri definitely stole that call, but good job by the officials of making the tough decisions and getting them right.
So the score 14-10 as a result of that overturned call. And make it 14-11 as Missouri beginning the comeback attempt here.
Again, you see Anna DeCruz in the middle for Missouri. Tough miss.
Dillon with a service error. We're tied at a set apiece midway through the third when we come back. We've got going here mainly because we haven't seen DeBerg putting up the big numbers she produced last night.
But also for both teams, there's no one really scoring the ball. There's a lot of unforced errors happening on both sides, whether it's errant passes or the opportunity just to make sure to get a kill. There's no one scoring in this match so far, in this set specifically.
The winner of this set goes up 2-1. Hitting percentage last night, Kentucky raised its hit percentage 4 points from 347 to 351. That's average for the season. DeBerg keeps that in play. And then the kill in the middle by Teeler. Remember, Rutherford is out. Rutherford getting that ankle wrap now. The freshman star.
That definitely means she will not be re-entering the match.
There's DeBerg getting her 10th kill of the match.
But again,
quieter tonight.
Absolutely, her 10th kill of the match. Current set for Missouri hitting at a -4 kills, 4 errors on 21 attempts as a team. So again, not really producing offensively.
DeBerg blocked. And Dixon almost created an overpass there. Stumler blocked. It's a block party. Diving dig by Brown.
Anna DeCruz is all a part of that. Really moving along the net very nicely.
Oh, a scrappy rally finally goes Kentucky's way.
Again, those blocks set up by Anna DeCruz. You see her really paying attention to her hitters, transitioning her eyes, moving very well to make sure that those blocks are closed for Missouri.
Here's a look at the blocking numbers. Remember last night, Kentucky outblocked Missouri 13-4. Missouri's turned that around tonight. Point Kentucky. And a timeout. So Kentucky, for the second straight night, going for a 2-1 lead. We'll see if Missouri freshman since 2013. She's from Lafayette, Indiana.
And you really don't see her get rattled very often. That's the beauty of playing a position. She's in 6 rotations, and she's just a calm, steady force, making sure she's always in control.
Winner of this set goes up 2-1 in this 3 out of 5 set match. 2 top 10 ranked teams on display here. Anna Dixon gets the kill for Missouri.
And that was really the first kill that was earned by Missouri to put a point on the board. Anna Dixon. Again, you see her numbers doing very good job, just needing to get the ball a little bit more.
Teeler again. Teeler has had a fantastic match tonight. That's her 9th kill. Good serve. And an ace again for Stumler.
And that's just beautiful execution. You know they're aiming for Kylie DeBerg, taking her into serve receive so she can be removed from the offensive attack.
Fuentes got away from her, and she paid the price as it set up an easy scoring opportunity for Kentucky. When that ball flew out of her hand, she clapped her hands in frustration, knew that that was a mistake, an unforced error, and see her teammates trying to pick her up. Again, she's one of the best setters in the SEC. Both of them statistically on display tonight. Madison Lilly for Kentucky and Fuentes, they're 1-2 in assists per set. Good up by Lilly. Nice dig by the freshman, Brown. Well, you're going to see that a lot this year, Kentucky fans. Lilly to Skinner.
And there was no way that anybody was touching that ball from Avery Skinner. That left her hand so rapidly, all because of the opportunity to set up the offense. Anna DeCruz making her best effort to go and close that block, to no avail.
Kentucky getting closer to taking the lead here after 3 sets. Started with Brown's dig, but Kentucky is firing on all cylinders. Specifically, Teeler has had a fantastic 3rd set.
And notice that Teeler comes in away from the pins, catching Sauer off guard on that right side.
Teeler's got 10 kills now. Make it 11. It is set point Kentucky.
And I mean, why not continue to feed her the ball? getting her 12th kill on the match, 450 hitting percentage on this match. Just beautiful execution.
And it is Lily for the second straight set, ending the set on set point with an attack. The setter picking her moments perfectly. He's outside, things are heating up inside, especially for Ajani Teeler, who now has tied her career high with 13 kills.
And Teeler has just been so exciting to watch. There's not enough that you can say about the way she attacks. Coach Skinner uses her sometimes as a middle blocker, but not during this season. She's been majority on the right side and doing a phenomenal job, just being extremely powerful and executing a lot of the first tempo offense for Kentucky. So beautiful job on the right side, exposing the deficiency on the block for Missouri.
Teeler, a sophomore biology major. She was a top 20 recruit coming out of high school, and has immediately made her impact known here in her second year. So we are down now to Kentucky needing just one set to win this match. Kentucky leads this 3 out of 5 set match 2-1. First rally of the fourth set goes to the Wildcats. And again, that is a new player that's been put into the lineup. So Craig Skinner going into his bench. That's Sophie Fisher, who is a freshman from Fort Mill, South Carolina. She's 6'5". So Fisher, the tallest player on Kentucky's roster, and he's getting her in the rotation. Dixon on the attack. We're tied at a point apiece.
And you see Coach Skinner going with somewhat of a 3 middle offense. You see Teeler is moving into the middle while you have Fisher blocking on the right side. So a lot of opportunity on the side of Kentucky and Coach Craig Skinner.
Stumler. Stumler is such a dynamic player as well. Stumler leading the match with 14 kills. The only category she doesn't have a stat in so far is blocks. She's got an assist, an ace, 7 digs. Well, Sauer hit that out. She was, they were calling for a touch, didn't get it.
And this is really early on in the match. I talked about the intangibles for Missouri, and this is one of them. I was specifically referring to the body language of Sauer. Yesterday's match, Coach Taylor had to make some adjustments because he just was not getting the production that he needed from Sauer. But she needs to just remain consistent, just continuously to swing, try to place a couple of her better balls to try to find the floor and score for Missouri. But the body language is what's really, really an intangible that's really weighing heavy on Sauer.
Again, Stumler. 2 kills already here to start the fourth set. Stumler, preseason all SEC selection this year. 6 rotation player coming off a double-double last night. And Stumler continues to serve effectively. That is her second ace.
Again, you see Coach Taylor pulling Sauer out. Again, it could be the body language, but their Kentucky serve is gunning for her out of serve receive. So making that quick exchange, putting member Monet into the front row. So we'll get our first glimpse at what she can do.
Assistant Corbelli talking to her on the sideline. Sauer, Russell Corbelli. Member Monet getting some instructions from Joshua Taylor, and now Fuentes in her ear.
And although Member Monet is undersized. We know that she's a phenomenal jumper and a smart player, so we'll look to her to be just as effective.
Yeah, Member Monet has a 38-inch vertical. Kentucky, though, continues to keep Missouri at arm's length here to start the fourth. This is Lily, the setter, again. Remember, she's ended the last 2 sets with kills. Lily's got 4 kills in this match.
But that was just a really smart decision by Madison Lily, knowing that she has a new front row player. So having to make that adjustment to understand who's in the front row for Member Monet.
Lily also with 39 assists in this match, so she had over 50 last night. Lily, the SEC Player of the Week in the first week of the season, and was also the Setter of the Week last week. DeBerg, wow, how did she get that?
Well, that was just a different route that Kylie DeBerg was taking. Usually she hits out of middle back, but you pull her to the right side, getting the blockers away from Member Monet, making that smart decision to side out.
DeBerg now with 11 kills. She leads the Tigers. And Skinner getting in on the action.
Only her 9th kill on the match for Kentucky. Avery Skinner really doing a good job of just getting that ball nice and high. You see her almost overreach the ball. She had to snap down, changing her arm swing, but just as effective.
Skinner came into the match averaging 5 kills per set. That's second best in the early goings here in the SEC, but it's a testament to the depth of Kentucky. They really haven't needed her to put up the big numbers. There's DeBerg with the overpass cleanup.
And she's really just getting her points however she can. Good heads-up play, making sure that she's nice high attack. Madison Lily could do nothing with it as a back row setter.
Again, DeBerg, the tallest player from Missouri at 6'4". Oh, beautiful. That is Getzinger catching that set on the way up. Getzinger joined by her fellow freshman behind her. Number 7, Sophie Fisher. Rutherford injuring her ankle earlier in the match. She's out with ice on her ankle on the sideline. And again, that is the freshman Fisher stepping up and making an impression. You didn't hear me say it earlier, Fisher is 6'5". She's the tallest player on the floor out of the state of South Carolina. She has seen very limited action so far in the first 2 weeks. Nice.
And the broad jump out of the Big Four, Missouri is paying dividends, but Missouri looks kind of chaotic right now. They are not really getting down on defense, digging in to make sure they're picking up a couple balls to get some transition offense going.
Missouri must win this set, or it'll be a second straight night falling in 4 to the Wildcats. Stumler found the opening, and Stumler continues to pad the stats. That's her 17th kill.
You see even on that play, she catches Kylie DeBerg again, not transitioning off to play defense very well from the left side, catching Kylie DeBerg moving. So good off-speed play by Allie Stumler, just smart.
Member Monet is denied by the Kentucky block. Teeler takes it. Teeler now with a couple of blocks to go along with her 12 kills. And Dixon hammers it down the line off a nice set from Fuentes. Stumler, smart, went up looking like it was going to be a heavily delivered attack and just rolled it over the net.
Again, you see that nice heads-up play by Allie Stumler, but it's a wonder why Fuentes was back so far, especially when Anna Dixon had a good placement on the block to take away line. So making the adjustment on the defensive end could easily have picked that ball up by Fuentes.
Tooling the block on the right side is Dixon. Point to Missouri. Again, a must-win set for Missouri.
Anna Dixon has really been impressive on the right side, hitting .478, 12 kills, matching Kylie DeBerg. So if Missouri wants a fighting chance, I'd go to the hot hand.
Good serve by Brown. Gets Kentucky out of system. Nice up by Curry. Now Stumler tried to cut that and misfired. Point to Missouri.
And if Coach Skinner had his eye at the foot of Kylie DeBerg on that back row attack, he could have easily possibly won a challenge there. She was way far over on that 10-foot line on that attack.
Stumler gets it back and this time scores. Stumler getting very close to 20 kills for the second straight night. Tough serve to handle when it comes off that net cord. Point to Missouri. That ball just dropped too fast. Lily couldn't control it. Williamson back to serve. Williamson last year transferred from Arizona. She had some health issues there. Only played in 14 matches at Arizona, but making an impression here in Missouri. And Missouri trying to make a push here to avoid the 4-set loss for the second straight night. The Tigers within 3. And we've got a discussion on this last play.
And they're discussing whether or not Member Monet, who blocked that ball, whether it was in or out. Or seemingly whether there was a touch on any of the players.
Well, a full conference here, and it's going to be Missouri's point.
As you can see here, even though the undersized, you see her get up as quick as possible, wondering if it touched Teeler on the way down.
And ball landing right on the line, Missouri's point. Kentucky up 2-1, trying to stay undefeated. Oh, wait a second. Have we changed the call?
Teeler on the way down.
Saw it ricochet off Member Monet with a very important match going on. And now it is going to be Kentucky's point. And a timeout taken as well. A disappointed challenge for Missouri, but Kentucky 10 points away from winning this match. In Missouri ranked number 9 this week. The volleyball rankings come out every Wednesday. And for a second straight night between these two, Kentucky up 2-1. And this time, no doubt, Member Monet secures the point for Missouri.
You see the miscommunication between Skinner getting that ball up right out of the middle.
No doubt about that kill by Skinner. Crushed it.
And I mean, Sam, at a certain point, what we're seeing from Missouri is really just a lack of effort. They did a good job behind the service line with getting Kentucky out of system, but the opportunity for Avery Skinner to attack a ball like that and not be able to defensively pick it up is what is really causing the breakdown for Missouri right now.
Dillon gets the kill on the right side for Missouri and then rotates out. Fuentes, setter, with 33 assists tonight. Make it 34, excuse me. And 7 digs as well. Lilly, the setter for Kentucky, with 44 assists, 11 digs. So Lilly, the only player in the match right now with a double-double.
And you see the substitution come in. Hollinsworth Santana, again, missing a serve. Missouri just not able to gain any type of momentum.
Hollinsworth Santana on the verge of cracking the Missouri top 10 list in blocks. Joust still in play. And Stumler cleans that up off the one-hand dig from Williamson.
And again, Missouri just playing completely out of control. You may think that a lot of this looks like effort, but it really is just a lack of control, not being disciplined in your play on the side of Missouri.
So Missouri, trying to figure things out here, takes a timeout, and it gives us a chance to remind you of what's coming up on Sunday, MLS soccer. It's an Eastern Conference matchup. This is for playoff positioning. Third place Columbus, the Crew, taking on first place Philadelphia at Sunday at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific on ABC, ESPN Deportes, and the ESPN app. Stumler has been the star tonight for Kentucky. 20 kills for the second straight night.
And she's really receiving all of her kills off just smart heads-up play. You see Gabby Curry taking a lot of those out-of-system balls, getting them nice and high. You see her moving in and out of the court. Just beautiful decision-making by Allie Stumler, being really effective and consistent for Kentucky.
Stumler leading the way with 20 kills. Teeler with 13 kills tonight, a career high. Avery Skinner with 10. Remember, Skinner last night had 21 kills to tie her career high. And Lilly always steady in that setting position. 44 assists, 4 kills. In fact, 2 of her kills ended 2 of our sets, but she also has 11 digs. So a fantastic match by the setter, Lilly, who's one of the real premier setters actually in the country.
And Sam, she's doing a good job of spreading the offense. The match last night, we saw Skinner with 21 kills combined for a lot of the total attacks for Kentucky. But spreading the offense is what has been building for Kentucky in this match.
DeBerg sides out for Missouri. I think that's the scary thing about Kentucky for opponents this year is the depth they have and just how many weapons they have at their disposal. And Lilly is, as you said, so good at finding the right formula, feeding the right player. Point Kentucky. And again, that is the freshman Fisher.
And you wonder why DeBerg chose the idea of swiping off the hands, not noticing how far inside the court she was on that attack. Again, chaos on the side of Missouri, really needing to clean it up, or you're gonna pay for it, like out of the middle by Teeler, just having her way on the offensive end. 14 kills on the match so far, playing phenomenal volleyball for Kentucky.
Teeler, a career high 14 kills, only 3 errors. She's hitting .458 in this match, also has a couple of blocks. And the overpass easy pickings for Stumbler to get to 21 kills, and another Missouri timeout as Kentucky getting dangerous on ABC and the ESPN app. Kentucky trying to win this match in 4 sets and getting closer and closer. Teeler this time with the block and kill.
Again, it's just all around beautiful execution by Kentucky. They're serving into the commotion. You see Anna Dixon and Member Monet, Emily Brown out of the middle, just serving into commotion, making their offense one-dimensional.
DeBerg, a much-needed side out for Missouri. That's DeBerg's 14th kill and keeps Missouri's hopes alive here.
It's
This
definitely
Missouri
a
team
hard-fought battle. Sorry,
It
Sam.
definitely is.
No,
These are 2 teams to keep your eye on in the postseason this year as well. Missouri losing their all-conference middle blocker, Tiana Omazic, last night. Omazic and DeBerg both transferring from Illinois into this program. Member
Monet, you see holding that arm. She hasn't swung a lot this season, but coming in as a sub for Sauer, it really has been a game changer. She's got 5 kills on the match so far.
It is match point Kentucky behind the cannon of an arm of Stumbler. Tharp keeps it alive, Curry chasing, and Skinner is blocked. Missouri still alive, but multiple match points remain for Kentucky. Dixon rotates out. Williamson will serve down match point. And it is Avery Skinner who delivers the final blow as Kentucky remains undefeated and has now won 7 straight against Missouri and 9 of their last 12 matches against ranked opponents. Remember, Missouri ranked number 9 in the nation.
And you see Missouri just a complete breakdown mentally, and especially on the side of just being consistent, being disciplined, and effort. There was absolutely 0 production out of the middle for Missouri, and it all was resting on the shoulders of Kylie DeBerg, who had 14 kills on the match, but still she needs a lot of help moving forward.